Hi, Adric.
Hello.
Call during most of this.
Oh, okay. I've been going back and forth with you for a while. All of you.
Yes.
About what I've been up to, mostly. Instead of
Maybe it's of a personal nature.
unlisted streaming this, by the way, so it's not going to show up on my subscription feed.
Sure.
Just letting you know.
Alright, you're up first.
Well,
You can move.
When I RP'd my solo going off, would that already be going up, or do you want me to go ahead and spend my turn for that? Is that good?
No, I'll say it went off.
Okay.
You said go all out, so he's gonna see what you got.
Hey, this tavern dips.
That means I was activated as well. Then played song. Deep over again. Flourish. Radix,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, go ahead. Nice. Yeah. Flip right over that shit.
Non-lethally as I can. Power.
No, you
attack.
said go all out.
Okay, yeah, okay. Power attack with Sting, then. It's not gonna be. It's not attuned though. Its damage is not gonna be exactly right.
Alright, go for it. $26. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw first. Actually, no, you're good. 26 would hit.
I was just making sure I was reading something right on the dexterity stuff. It's been a while since I've played the last combat. But agree what Sting does when it's not attuned. Standard dagger then at that point is regular DC.
Yeah, it should be.
So just want to do the additional damage.
We'll say you would have had time to re-attune to it. Why wouldn't you be attuned to it by this point?
Well, to hide the other dagger. Sure.
Yeah, we'll say that you're attuned. There's no reason not to be. Okay, so just give me the final damage on that.
34.
34.
The necrotic seems the least lethal.
How? He is. You bring that down, and he brings his open hand up and kind of catches the blade a little bit as it digs into him, and you feel a poof pulse of energy as it does so. He's going to use his reaction to Spell Render, blowing a 4th level slot to reduce the damage he takes by 5 times the slot level. So he only took 14 damage from that.
Fair. That's my turn.
Okay, on his turn, he is going to cast Haste on himself. He does. He has the ability to immediately make 1 attack as a bonus action when he casts a spell, which he will do for 14. I'm sure that doesn't hit. Gives him another action, so he's going to swing again. 29.
Shield that.
Yeah, it's a natural 19.
I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to use my ability to save anything less than a natural 20.
Okay, that's 11 slashing, no elemental damage. and then he's gonna risk it and take an attack of opportunity as he backs up and then leaps onto the bar over here. Kind of doing parries as he continues to walk away. 19. His AC is raised by 2, which makes it breaks it. However, it is the end of his turn, so he's going to parry that strike and keep moving backwards.
Damage it.
It's your turn.
No, I'm gonna win this with my blade. Pull up. I'm gonna do 2 attacks, one on hand offense. Dina doesn't.
That would hit.
Damage? Oh no, yeah, just the raw damage. Like plus the 1, so 3 would activate 6. Total of 20.
20. Okay, he is going to take that. No resistances to anything. Is that your turn? From the high ground, you watch as he swings his sword and scrapes it across the bar between the alcohol on the bar and the spark from the sword. His sword ignites into flame. That was his bonus action. So now he's got 4 attacks to make at you. 20 and 18.
AC
20 and 18 would miss.
is
2. Okay, and that's where he actually... Yeah, that's where he'll end his turn for now.
Sacrifice my movement and bonus action to do advantage on this attack.
Oof. Pretty good. Go ahead.
And sneak. Okay.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, how did you do that, calculator?
I had to look up in the roll 24. It's 45 damage.
45. He is going to blow a 6th level slot reaction to reduce that by 6 times. So he only took 13 damage as he very quickly creates a blade of wards that you have to fight through and just barely manage to get a scratch off on him, but still did a little bit of damage at least.
There's no smirk, there's no smile. Tobias is all seriousness here.
Oh, he's full business and he appreciates it. Up on his, he is going to make 4 attacks at you. 26.
I will shield that.
Okay, that brings your AC up to...
7.
As he's bringing his sword down, you throw up the ablative wards for shield, and then you watch as he frees up the other hand on the sword and counterspells your shield.
Very well.
So that's 9 slashing, plus 3 fire, and he's going to action surge and attack 3 more times. 24.
Still doing the math. 3. What's it?
That's another 13 plus 8 fire, and he is going to bonus action kind of bounce, flip off the wall, and land on the table back here. Disengage and all that, so you're up.
Think. I have a calculator right here. I'm gonna.
Counter's supposed to react, right?
Yes. But his turn just ended, so he has his reaction back.
You get it back at the end of the
I got
turn?
an opportunity attack because I shielded.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Don't have a lot of options. Nope. I'm trying to figure out how I want to lose. Clear like a bit.
For everything you got.
This is going all out. I'm gonna try to Witch's Eye him.
Okay. What is that, a wisdom save?
That's a saving throw. I'm just looking it up. Woo. Charisma.
Charisma saving throw DC. DC 15 charisma save. This is a natural one.
Use.
So what is the effects?
He takes 3d psychic damage, stun until his next turn.
Okay. Skip a turn on him, roll the damage.
His worst fear.
Oh, he sees his worst fear as well, right?
Yeah, I hate that part. What I mean, I've king of fears before.
Roll the damage. It's more real than you know.
Damage though. Well,
I mean, you could have just typed /roll 3d6. Gotta do the
Alright.
damage.
not damage. That's the damage. 8 damage.
8 damage? Alright. You watch for the first time as the cool collectedness of his face shrinks and it becomes pale and sweaty as he raises a shaky sword and begins to shrug out the image from his mind, but that does skip his turn. Go again.
In that case, I'm gonna go for a disarming action.
Okay, go for it.
That's 2 because he's stunned.
He is stunned. It would be an athletics check.
No, it's I make the attack, he makes his opposed athletics or acrobatics, whichever he favors.
Hold on. Okay, once.
The disarmed action.
Yeah, it's an optional rule. I'm just reading it. Okay, so he'll make an acrobatics check to try to contest that.
His blade singing, he has advantage on it. Well, he's also stunned, but does he automatically fail that? Actually, he's stunned.
He was stunned until the end of his next turn, which would have been, yeah, I guess he wouldn't. So you just kind of knock it out of it. Comes back to you. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think about this. Read the text.
Paper, my boy.
Paper.
For now. arm.
I'm
Knock
reading.
an item from grasp by winning a weapon attack versus.
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the eye. But I have it.
I'm sorry.
When making stunned to the end of its next turn. Okay, so it failed. Until the end of its next turn would have been not then, but now. So yeah, I'll say it's knocked out of his hand currently. But that was it's your action to knock it out of his hand, correct? Okay. So is that your turn, or are you gonna do any movement?
I'm sort of stepping up to him and just holding the blade to him, like as if to force him to surrender.
Okay. It'll come back around to him, and he'll slowly raise up his hand, and he says, "I'm sorry. I thought this was a... How did you say it? Something serious?" And the blade from the floor back into his hand, and he's going to take his swings at you.
Had that one come. Okay.
22, 21, 18, 17.
If I take any more damage, I'm gonna try to shield it and force him to counter spell.
Okay, what does that bring your AC up to?
27.
Okay, on the last hit against your shield, the sword starts vibrating in his hand violently until it hums out, and he activates his own blade song.
He didn't have it. Actually. Oh.
Hasn't even been up yet.
I'm kind of insulted.
That is the end of his turn. Now you're up.
Again, sacrifice movement and bonus action. Range of blows.
Uh, 23. He's going to reaction parry. It raises AC by 2. So that misses now. So boom, catches that dagger, kind of just drives it off to the side. Is that your turn? Okay. You watch as he pulls his blade up into a unique position, and you're kind of watching things happen in slow motion, but you're watching multiple copies of himself begin to arc the blade really far back, preparing for a strike forward. You have ample time to prepare for it, so he's going to roll this with disadvantage to... However...
At 1 or 2 more turns where my solo goes up.
Okay, that's would be a 21 to hit. Would that have hit? Okay, and a 17 wouldn't have hit your base AC either, right?
AC
right.
With my
so you have more than
is 22.
So you can choose to move north or south. Which way would you like to go?
More stable.
I meant to like there, and he watches all of these copies of him catch up with one another, and a giant arc of energy just slashes straight forward. If you had been there, you easily would have been cleaved. But that is his turn. Actually, it gives him one action. So as he readies his blade, he comes and swings with another two-handed strike. 21 still doesn't hit, right? Okay, he's gonna bonus action.
I barely see it coming in dodge.
Yeah, he's gonna bonus action disengage, leap back to the table over here, and crouch down for some cover behind it as he kind of peeks his head up with a little bit of a... Yeah, your turn.
No, I know you're baiting me, but you're right. Leap of opportunity.
I'm having fun. Go ahead.
Be 2 attacks since I can't aim. I think so.
20 does not hit. Yep, that's it. Offhand, 22 does not hit. I need you to make a strength saving throw. 9. He's getting ready to line up his swing, and he does a little bit of a half smirk at you, and you watch as 2 of his fingers on the sword are pointing up, and then he connects them with the handle of the blade, and you feel something really fucking hard hit you in the back of the head, and it makes you woozy enough that he's going to have advantage on his first strike. As you look down, you can feel the blood trickle. It looks like a whole plate just kind of slammed you in the back of the head. So that's going to be a two-handed slash here for 23.
Shield.
He's going to counterspell it. And then 3 more strikes.
That means, yeah, the 3 of those are gonna hit. I don't think there's any. Like, you have to roll some pretty low damage to not knock me out.
Which strike knocked you out? Second strike? Okay. Second strike knocks you on your ass, and he swings his blade, and he doesn't seem to have any interest in stopping right as it's reaching your neck. And somehow he does. Just stops right at the carotid, just putting a little bit of pressure in it. And then he kind of pulls the blade back, brings it up to your ear, seems to be measuring something, and then just kind of flicks the blade up and just shaves the whole right side of your head. And stows his blade. Reaches out and gives you a hand to get up.
Technically unconscious.
He would have been a non-lethal hit.
I think they have.
Better performance than in the pit, but it is more to work with at the very least.
For the lesson, I just, well, not very flashy at parties.
No lesson here. The reason that they call me the Merciful is, well, really, it's a joke. Typically, I leave my fellow duelists with a scar to remember me by, but for your first or second foray, I will let it go. Just enjoy the haircut.
Got kind of feel in his head. He's like, kind of like this.
It's better. It gives your opponent less opportunity to grab something. Now, your technique is solid. It's good. It does need improvement, though, and you could be better with the Red Tiger style. With my adjustments to it and under my tutelage, you could be more than you are now. You are good, don't get me wrong, but you could be great. Yeah, that now fully helps you up onto your feet and, dusts you off. Unfortunately, I am not the healer, so whatever damage you took is on your own to figure out. Now, I'm more than happy to have you as a student, but the methods and facilities to facilitate such a change, not here. But they are not far either. Before we meet again, I would like you to focus. Focus on honing your body, honing your mind. You are good in the subtle arts. You are good with that blade. You know how to use weapons of finesse. That is fine, but as long as you stay limited in your mental capacity and your studies, you will never be able to compete with somebody like me, or any competent spell sorter for that matter. Without access to things like counterspell or haste, your opportunities are very limited. Now, the soul well, it is good power, it's strong, but big downside with it is you have not molded it into your form, and it requires more powers to truly be good. I see you have added at least another 2 from when I once knew it, and that is fine and all, but we will develop this to be better. So, here is my task for you. My school, the actual monastery where I live, work, and train, that is in the Whispering Wastes. Are you familiar?
Pretty scary stories, if I remember correctly.
Scary stories. Now, I'm sure you picked up from the accent that I am not from these particular lands, and it is because I am from the Whispering Wastes. I was born and raised in Damon Sadesh. Do you know where that is?
North of, is it northwest of Villenhearth?
Damon Sadesh is in the southern section of Yoruban. Southern tip.
Wait.
That would be technically due east.
reason I thought Daman Sudesh was near where Apocrypha lived.
Demonzadesh is on Yorubon. It's the city you guys never went to. There's a lot of cities you guys haven't gone to.
Oh, I didn't.
Geshin,
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I did over the 1 year.
Yeah, but you never really explored it.
Right.
Demonzadesh is a good starting point if you wish to find me. Now, my temple itself, the school of the lion, it is up in the mountains, due northeast by about 75 miles or so, maybe 100. Depends on how slow you move, but judging on your little legs and your blinding speed, you should have no problem. I am near one of the highest peaks of the Throat of the World Mountains, near the Monsadesh. Before you find me again, what is your strongest spell that you have access to?
We're talking about in terms of strength?
Strongest spell, whatever you feel that is.
Chromatic Orb.
First level. That is first level, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've learned some other spells, but I currently don't have the power to use them.
He thinks for a second. You will need to enhance your mind. By the time you see me next, you will have to come to the Throat of the World yourself, and you will have to find my monastery on your own. You must have either one of two things before you reach me. You must either be able to withstand more blows than you currently have in you, or you must be able to cast at least a spell of second level. So mechanically, either come to him with a second level spell, able to cast it, or what was the other one? Let me check my other.
He's going to beat the shit out of me.
Well, yeah, he's gonna beat the shit out of you regardless. Or like,
glad you talked me into this, by the way.
I I know you're gonna. Basically, what's gonna happen is he wants you to come to him at your next level up. So just do that.
Okay.
When that exactly is, I don't know, but it's not terribly far off. But a little bit in the future.
Ask after the party. So did we level up?
No, but in the meantime, you
I don't know.
should.
Audric may have. Audric may have grown up.
Audric
A blade
may level
singer. A blade singer is no good without a quality spell book. Now, there are many ways to do it. As you can see, and he opens up his cloak, and you don't see any books or anything. I do not carry any books. There are many different ways to hold on to your spells. You will need a focus. You will need to hone your abilities in that department more. So at least bring to me a expanded spell book of some sort, some scrolls, something that we can work with. This training will be both physical and mental, and I will absolutely put you through the ringer in every sense of the word. That being said, choose the form of your destroyer. Your life will be bound to that spell book, and your spell book bound to your life. They are a lifeline to one another. If you lose your spell book, well, bad times for you. So I chose a form where I do not lose it. And you watch as he rolls up his arms, and he has all of his spell and scripture tattooed on his skin. The enemy wants to make me forget. They will have to skin me first. So, in the meantime, rest, be well, get stronger, and see me when you are ready. And one last word of advice. I know you have a little bit of adventure left in you before you see me once more. I can tell you with some certainty that things are going to be changing very quickly. I know there are rumors floating about your country or whatever it is that's going to befall the IFC if it hasn't happened already, but that is going to invite challenge. Specifically, you're going to be seeing problems from the hand very soon. I sense movements in the shadows, and things are going to get worse before they get better.
One last thing about what you said earlier.
What do you want to know?
Killed Sir. Who was it?
I unfortunately cannot say the fourth finger's name. Even writing it down can spell absolute disaster. The name, the very being of this creature, is cursed and hexed to such an extent that it draws madness wherever it goes. However, I will give you what I have. I believe this will be of some help. Give me 1 second.
Sounds like what we saw when we saw the God King. His image just turned to look at us.
He magically produces a file, and he says, "This is the only thing I have in existence that speaks of this creature, and the details are very limited. I pulled this off the corpse of a Black Hand lieutenant who was apparently at one point meant to guard this creature. Now, please keep in mind, extended reading of this can cause madness." And he opens the file for you. 1 second.
Hmm. Is that just generic? I know I wouldn't be seeing this. I'm just curious. Is that just the generic font that you use for redacting, or is that
That's not redacting font.
we've seen
that-
that font before, haven't we?
You have. It is madness and scribbles and scrawls, but you guys have been able to translate it before by reading beneath the insanity. It's strange that a Black Hand member has the same type of insanity. Probably going to be in your best interest to decode. Just understand, if anybody is actually going to make an effort to decode it, like if you guys want to reverse do that text, tell me now. All I request is your honesty, because I know you could very easily undo that text. If you do it, just let me know, because there is a wisdom saving throw. Actually, not even a wisdom saving throw, it's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, you're talking about copy, paste in a different format.
Yeah, to like get rid of the scribble nonsense.
Gotcha.
That's all I ask.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen this at all. Yeah, that picture just speaks bad.
and to note, in the file, that picture is only like an artist representation of what Mask might look like. How the Black Hand goes about controlling such a creature, I do not know. But last report that I got from Sebastian out in the Ghostlands was this creature was released in tunnels beneath the earth. I do not know what Sebastian has been up to, but that thing was down there and it killed many people, and then I stopped hearing from Sebastian, so I have to fear the worst. 3 days ago. It's possible he could have gotten away, but I do not know why he would not be answering my sending. If it bleeds, we can kill it. That is a general rule. And as I told you, we all thought that the God King was unkillable, and Gavin made him bleed. Even a stone, you can draw blood from it with the right tools. Nothing lasts forever. So, yeah. I mean, you can do it with minor illusion too if you don't have it. Yeah, actually. Well, spooky, but not unusual. She takes many forms. I have no idea the level of cruelty I saw that woman perform on innocents is unimaginable. I will take her being a demon any day. You've got bigger problems on your hand, considering the hand wants you now. Well, you cannot hide from them forever is the issue. Honestly, the fight is going to have to be taken to them sooner rather than later. At this point, you're only waiting until they strike again. Might as well push the timetable before they're ready. Certainly did, from what I hear. But from the whispers I am also hearing, they have been all over the place quite recently. There are too many moves being made at once, and shadows are creeping. Just keep an eye on them. I will see you at the Temple of the Lion. And he'll toss a couple of platinum pieces on the counter for the damages, and he'll add. Now the Black Hand Assassin's coming, and they're gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Basically, whatever the cost of a standard inscribing a spell in the book, it's about 50% more. Yeah. I believe that's accurate. Yeah, but you're fine. I'm not going to attack you. You'll have had a long rest.
I think that would be about 1800. Like, would I know whether it'd be practical to do it now since we're in Estacar because resources readily available?
Probably a good idea if that's what you want to do.
Oh, we just finished.
Sounds accurate.
How many years in an age?
Huh?
An age? We're in the year one of the 12th age.
Ages are defined by major events. You're going to very quickly hear soon that the establishment of a whole new international country defines a 12th age. Welcome to the 12th age, baby. The future is now. Okay. I mean, keep in mind you got to be able to fucking read them. But we'll say that you take time in the morning to meditate on them and try to memorize them and use a mirror, and that's how they prepare their spells anyway. So
How is Zerath doing?
Oh, you mean in real life?
Yeah, in real life.
Oh yeah, no, they're fine. Yeah, they're all right. It's just med school stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Maui.
From Moana.
Thank you. It took me a second to remember the name. Maui from Moana.
From Moana.
The Disney movie.
The Disney
first
movie.
Hawaiian featured Disney movie.
That's fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. The Rock was Maui.
He was Maui.
Long story short, Maui had more or less movable tattoos.
Standard Hawaiian affair.
Mm-hmm.